Now, how did this mid-OF reject bag up a guy who's going to be a bona fide first-round pick, Heisman winner, future millionaire, and Travis Hunter? And why should we stop her from actually finishing that marriage up? Because apparently they're engaged and they have been for a long time, and they're apparently going to get married soon enough. And so this needs to be stopped. This is a part of heroism on my end. But let's explain how we got into this situation to begin with. So first of all, let's look into who the fiance of Travis Hunter even is. Okay, so her name is Leanna Lenee. Now she's an awful person. You might think, wow, you're very sour, Lalo. No, this is really, really one of the worst epidemics we have in our country today. I'm not joking. So before we even look at the car facts, let's look at the car itself in this metaphor, okay? So we take a picture and we look at this. So we have an athlete who, again, has a lot of promise, isn't the best looking. Apparently, Leanna here is his first serious girlfriend. This basically explains the pathology behind all of his mistakes, I promise you. Secondly, we look at the girl herself. I mean, nothing special here. I mean, all tatted up, personally not my thing, but some guys are into that. But it's definitely giving hood rat of the light skin variety. Not very attractive in my opinion. Now, again, the guy's not attractive himself, but if you're a millionaire and you're better than the captain of the football team in college, you are literally one of the best college football players of the past 10 years. You get the pick of the litter, my opinion. But anyway, so she's not great. Now, I'm not alleging any sort of grooming, but actually I kind of am. Now, not in the literal sense, but I'm saying the vibe-wise. And the reason why I say this is because they met as teenagers. Now, an important caveat here is that Leanna apparently is 24, whereas Hunter is my age. Travis Hunter is 21, okay? So this is weird in and of itself. When you're in college, you're dating girls within a few years of you, whether she be 19, 20, 21, 22. 24 is odd. You know, this chick is not in law school. I can just bet you that much. She's 24. That's odd. And they met as teenagers. So what that implies is that she was 19 and he was like 16 or 17. Now, that's not even the weird part. The weird part to me is that what woman is hanging out with a guy that's 3 years younger in college unless it's for some ulterior motive? Now, the reason why I say this is because Leanna has been on record as saying that when he shot his shot at her years ago, she left him on red basically for 2 months. Now, first of all, that's disgusting. That's such a jerk move to do. But secondly, she said that he was not even her type to begin with. Now, when you're not the girl's type to begin with, you're almost certainly never going to be her type ever, unless something crazy happens. And it just so happens the guy won the Heisman Trophy and has been a predominant football player for the better part of 2 or 3 years at this point. And maybe that's what changed her mind. And that ulterior motive is disgusting. Now, here's where I ascribe satanic motivations behind her pathology here, because this is really sick for her to do. So apparently, she writes in a TikTok caption almost a year ago, what it feels like when God allows you to meet the man of your dreams at 19, and every night together for the past 3 years has felt like a sleepover with your best friend. A lot of red flags here, okay? So I'm just going to delve into it, no holds barred. Okay, first and foremost, when women on the internet invoke God, almost certainly they're hosts, okay? Now, again, that seems cynical for me, but it's just often the case. You know, a lot of religious girls don't even mention God in the bio. Ones that do are obviously compensating. Think about born-again Christians, girls that had an OF account 2 years ago, but flunked out, aged out. Now they're all of a sudden Christian. And I personally don't stand for that, not too much. Now, that in and of itself, again, red flag number one. Number two, you meet the man of your dreams at 19. Well, that isn't really the case because you said he wasn't even your type to begin with. So what is it then? Disgusting. It's a lie. You spend every night together for 3 years and it feels like a sleepover with your best friend. That sounds really, I don't know, kind of gay a little bit. I don't know. It seems a little odd. And, you know, do you guys, would you like your girlfriend to say that, you know, sleeping over with my boyfriend, it's kind of like my best friend. It's like, no, 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 no. That's lame. That's lame sauce. Another horrible red flag on the behalf of Lenee or Linnea, whatever her name is. Okay, so they basically, he got rejected after, you know, sitting in the DMs for 2 months. Okay, so obviously red flag there. Secondly, they started to text for 2 months. When you're texting with a girl for months and you haven't gone on a date, that's historically disgusting. I don't know how to describe it other than for the fact that if she was really interested, she would have, and you would have obviously organized a date within 2 months of texting, obviously. Now, here's the other thing. That must have meant that he was friend zoned. So again, she's expecting to be engaged and then married without a prenup, by the way. There's no talk of a prenup, to get half of his crap when they get divorced. And you were in the friend zone for the 2 months that you knew her at the beginning, after being left on red for 2 months. So this is pathetic, down bad as hell. Now, you keep going. Now, his girlfriend says things changed in the dynamic of the relationship after apparently Travis Hunter accompanied her to her friend's birthday dinner because she didn't want to go alone. And then Hunter himself said that they'd been in love ever since then. So think about that. Your future wife only brought you to a friend's birthday dinner because she didn't want to go by herself. Again, selfish motivation and no respect. Basically an emotional tampon like, oh, it'd be awkward if I showed up by myself. So here's this guy. Great. Boys, it gets much worse. So apparently, she has all these tattoos when they get engaged in, I think, Puerto Rico. Now, here's the thing about this: these tattoos are egregious for a myriad of reasons. So when we take our forensic magnifying glass, we'll notice that these tattoos seem innocuous. There's no real occult symbolism, but what they do symbolize is an occult predisposition. Now, I sound insane, and I kind of am, but the bottom line is that I've read into this. She apparently was a private nightclub dancer. Now, when you dance on a pole, the only person that supports this is Usher in that one song 10 years ago. But me, primarily, I will say that that's a deal breaker. Now, apparently, Hunter either knows about this and he's a cuckold in that respect, or he's been lied to and he hasn't looked into this. Now, she said that she's been to clubs where you have to be 21 to go there to be a bartender. She's pled down. And again, to bring a law context here, she says that she has been a bartender at this club. I forget what it was called, King of Diamonds maybe, but anyway, she was a bartender. Now, to be a bartender in the one that she said that she was at, you have to be 21. Now, she was under 21 when she claimed to be a bartender. Well, what can you be at a strip club aside from a bartender? What, a stripper, a dancer. And so apparently from 18 to 20 or whatever age it was, she was a dancer. Now, I wouldn't marry a girl that did that, and I don't think that Travis Hunter with a straight face would do that either. But now he finds himself in this pickle, to say the least. So as you can see here, they have a YouTube channel that has over 100,000 subscribers. Now, they've been filming stuff on here for a few years, and this vlogging channel is kind of bad for a couple different reasons. For one, it seems like it could be a way for Lenee to actually get clout for herself by being on camera more so. Number two is that clearly, if this relationship doesn't go well, now we have an entire archive to see all the little minute details and to really give B footage to people gossiping about it like me. And so when you're talking about it that way, it seems like you're recording your own L's if you're Travis Hunter. So, I mean, it's just a confoundment, a snowball of losses for this dude. So one of Travis's lesser sins would be buying this chick a Model X Tesla, which, again, is simpy, but he's rich, apparently with the NIL money in the college football league. Now, the thing is here, though, that I find suspicious is that she bought him a truck, right? Now, this truck is supposed to be a Ram 1500 or something. But the thing that I find suspicious is that how the hell does a girl that's supposed to be 24 afford a truck for a guy that's a millionaire? Now, it either is two things, in my opinion. Either he gave her the money to buy him something, which kind of doesn't even count at that point, right? Like, if I paid my girlfriend money to then buy me something, I might as well just get it for myself. It just doesn't really make sense. Secondly, it could be that she just had the money, I don't know, maybe 40, 50 grand for a new truck for her boyfriend. But what sort of 24-year-old has that sort of money? Again, she's not a millionaire already. Like, she was already, I think, middle class or something. And, she doesn't look rich by any means. And so whatever money she does have is either from Travis, which in and of itself is cucked, or two, it's that she was, a night dancer, a stripper, a fluky, a groupie for other rappers. And we're going to get into that as well. So again, suspicious how she got the money to begin with. Okay, so here we are at the next part of the story. So apparently she got canceled for this reaction. So of course, Travis Hunter is taking pictures with a lot of fans that he has, but she's seething in the couch. Now, he has an Adidas deal apparently. Now, she is crying over here in the corner of the couch on this leather emplacement. And so she cannot stand just sitting there for her guy. And it's appalling because, again, you don't really have a reason to be sulking. Again, this is her in the white, I believe. Again, just impatient. She's seething, pointing at him, being a complete unpleasant person to be around. And it's just appalling. Now, she's been quoted as saying, "What do you want me to do? I just hit here then." So she's a victim of accompanying her fiance, who's a millionaire sports guy, and he, dares to take a picture with like 20 fans, and she's seething because she has to be on her phone for 10 minutes. Again, the entitlement, it's satanic. I just can't explain it otherwise. It seems like a demon took over her soul. She's rotten. How the hell are you that spoiled? Think about it. You're dating a guy who you put in the friend zone to begin with, and you're whoring out, just historically, like really disgusting stuff, tattoos all over yourself, ran through already. You're older than the guy. He already loves you. And to top it off, he can't even do his normal job. It's not good enough to be a millionaire sports ball player, which in and of itself is almost nigh impossible. Even if you're athletic, the amount of work that goes into it and the things you have to sacrifice to get to where Travis Hunter's at, just for this chick to still feel entitled enough to say that you cannot even take pictures with people because I get bored or I get jealous, is disgusting. Now, if we go over examples of her being an awful person, we're going to be here all day and night, so we're just going to skim through some of this stuff. But apparently she had to be nodded by Coach Deion Sanders to even stand up and applaud her fiance winning the Heisman Trophy, which must have been up until that point the biggest moment of his life, for her to not even care to stand up. Okay. Now, when it comes down to Hunter's reaction to a lot of the criticism towards his girlfriend, if I were him, would have just kicked the girl out. I would have said, okay, get your stuff and you're leaving. And I would have called it quits. I would have deleted the YouTube channel and I would have cried about it. But you know what? He does one worse. He says, speaking to fans on his own Twitch channel, which is a streaming platform, he said that Lenee had been so upset over the criticism over what I just showed you that she cried herself to sleep after drinking an OD amount of alcohol, as in like she just blacked out drinking alcohol because she was being made fun of, rightfully, righteously so, because she's a vermin on the streets of America. And now he's simping for her. Now, Travis proceeds to act a fool and he says this, and I quote, I know what I got. I know my girl. My girl's been with me for 5 years, he said. Y'all are just starting to talk about me and just now starting to be with me. Come on, man. He went on to warn clickbait pages to stop posting about the situation. Y'all hate on me, and then y'all go hate on my girl. I feel like the same pain that she feel. We inseparable. We're with each other. If she hurting, of course I'm gonna be hurting. And he's since deactivated his Instagram. Okay, so a complete L on Travis's part. So not only is he still defending the girl, sticking by her, doubling down, he is now an emotional tampon voodoo doll, where he's saying that whatever hurt that she feels, he feels himself. So it's like a Chucky situation, and it's weird. It's disconcerting. So again, would she defend him in this scenario? No, because she's selfish. But he's a fool. Again, first girlfriend drives him crazy. Obviously, the sort of like imprinting that she's done on him is disgusting and predatory, given that she's again 24 and he's 21. Now, I want to be a lawyer when I grow up, and so of course I want to give the defense some sort of, some modicum of speech here. So let's go ahead and see what the defense is from Lenee herself. So apparently, she says that she doesn't have a physical type, period, in reference to saying that Hunter wasn't her type. She continued saying, no two men that I've previously dated look the same, revealing that her exes included white, Latin, and black men. Okay, so she says she doesn't have a type. When a girl says she doesn't have a type, that's just a lie. Either she's completely ignorant or she's just lying to look politically correct, okay? Everybody has a type, and there's nothing wrong with that. And in fact, her saying that I've dated all these sort of different races of men, that's not a good look, honestly. That's not like, you take the average girl that only dates one race, and that girl's probably more traditional than the one that's dating all sorts of, a mosaic of different guys. So again, it goes with this whole ran through pathology. Now, the Satanism peaks here when she says, she added that looks or what they can give me don't matter. Instead, she looks at who they are as a person, how they honor God, and how they treat people around them. So think about this. The amount of, man, this is like lying on the witness stand. This is disgusting. So she doesn't care about what a guy looks like, which is a lie. Every girl cares about that to varying degrees. Or what a guy can give her, which again, every girl cares about this, especially when the guy in question is a millionaire, okay? Just a coincidence. Yeah, I fell in love with the millionaire guy. Yeah, no, I don't care about that. Yeah, bullshit. It's like saying, oh, I fell in love with Margot Robbie. I don't care about her, like, beautiful, whatever. It's the personality, guys. No, it's not. Nope. Okay. She says she looks at who they are as a person, Cap, how they honor God. Okay, now that's where I have to say that's too far. Too far. How he honors God. Dude, what girl in modernity cares about that? Again, 18-year-old Christian virgin girl. Okay, you can say, when the boyfriend honors God, that's important. I accede to that. I get it. But when you're 24, a former stripper, and whoring around in these rap videos, you cannot say, oh, I care about how a guy honors God. How about you? How about you yourself? It's just a ridiculous thing to invoke God, in this case, the G card. Disgusting. Add on to it. So when I said he wasn't my type, I meant because he was younger than me. I've never dated anybody younger than me. And he had cheated on his girlfriend. I don't know if your type is a cheater, but mine isn't. So he wasn't my type, first of all, because of those two things. So she's really digging her own grave here. Because first of all, she says, I've never dated anybody younger than you. And I'll rebut that by saying, not only is it weird for you to be dating a guy younger than you now, but two, for you to be dating a guy younger than you this time is probably only because he's a Heisman winner right now. If Davante Adams, who's 30 years old, wanted to shack up with you a few years ago, you would have said, hell yes. And it wouldn't have to do with age at all because you're interested in the money, Lenee. So that's pretty clear. Now, secondly, she outs him as a cheater, which again, who cares? Who honestly cares? And again, to be dredging up his dirt while he's not even talking about you in a negative way is so immoral. So think about it. Travis Hunter has to take all this crap, deactivates his Instagram over all the hate, defending you for being a whore. But then when you are pressed, you say, oh yeah, but he cheated on some girl 3 years ago, which again, who cares? That's just immoral. It's snitch behavior. It's like Gunna. It's, it is Benedict Arnold behavior. To wrap up the video, I'm going to show you some of the video receipts that are going to be a little unsavory. So again, this is at least PG-13. So keep your headphones on for this. This is going to be quite gross, okay? So first of all, we're going to just prime the pump by saying that Travis Hunter, this is a meme saying, Travis Hunter, after realizing his girlfriend is a better two-way player than him. That's a joke based off of his NFL career that's upcoming, okay? So he plays cornerback and wide receiver. Anyway, sports guys only get this joke. But let's see what she says here.
And I'm Hispanic, so I have tequila like in my veins. So I drink. I don't drink a lot, but I drink. And I used to.
So again, excuses. I'm Latina, so like I drink a lot. I'm like tequila. Let me get stopped at a DUI by saying, yeah, I'm Mexican, high tolerance. Sorry, officer.
Party and stuff, and he would literally drive me, sit outside for hours while I'm inside like partying, and then take us home. Like he never tried to be like, oh, just because I drink, you can't drink, or you can't hang out with your friends, or you can't, be.
So think about that. Travis Hunter is so whipped, and this is pathetic, and this is inexcusable conduct on his end, okay? So he can't drink, of course, because he's an elite athlete, and if you drink, you get bloated, calories, whatever have you. Okay, fine. So he has to sacrifice as a college guy, which again, college guys love drinking, to not drink at all. So he's already more straight edge than a lot of Mormons I know personally. But secondly, he does that. His girlfriend drinks. Okay, maybe you could say, well, she doesn't have to not do it, so fine. Okay, fair enough. She has to go to parties. He doesn't. He doesn't for whatever reason. He goes and he takes her to a party. First of all, I'm not doing this. I'm not taking my girlfriend to a party I'm not going to. Not going to happen. That's too far. But anyway, to take it further, he drives her to the party. He doesn't drop her off and pick her up. No, he drops her off and he sits in the car for God knows how long, 2-3 hours, just sitting there while she's getting drunk doing God knows what. Again, he doesn't know what the hell's going on there. She's probably with her girlfriends. Are they going to tell him that, hey, she's twerking on this other guy, she's slurping on this other? No, they're not going to tell him that. The girls never tell the boyfriend that. So now he's just sitting there probably on Twitter, on his phone, texting his guys, being a complete cuckold, because again, what goes through your mind to be waiting like a limousine driver, an Uber driver, waiting for your guy or your girlfriend in this case for hours, and now she's saying like it's a good thing? This is emasculating. And again, a lot of guys need to learn this lesson, that of course when a girl says, oh, he's so nice, he does this, a lot of times that's just taking advantage of your kindness there. Travis Hunter is getting a train ran through him when it comes to his mentality. He's so attached to this girl and pair bonded that she's willing to do all these things to test his boundaries, and he keeps folding at every turn. Now, part of the reason why starting a vlog channel with your girlfriend was an awful idea, Travis Hunter, is because now people have a frame of reference as to when they look at other people's content, they'll see her in it and they'll recognize her. So she's on some like no-name rapper. I don't know who the guy is. He looks like a Timo DeAndre Hopkins. But basically, she's in this guy's music video 3 years ago. Now, if you recall, Travis Hunter and her have known each other for 5 years and have been dating for multiple years at this point. So would you call this cheating? I mean, look at the way she's on the guy. Of course, it's for a music video, but don't you think that at that point he probably slept with this chick in the video? Again, that is Travis Hunter's girlfriend, by the way. So again, it just gets worse. So allegedly, while Travis Hunter in one of the parties where he was waiting dutifully for his fiance to come back to the car while she's at the party, she does this. This is like during an October thing. So as you can see here in the schoolgirl outfit, being bent over, tongue out. Obviously, you don't want her around these sort of guys. Again, bent over, arched back, matching outfits. You know it's her. Disgusting behavior, dude. Disgusting rep. Oh my God, so embarrassing. So this sort of conduct that you just saw in the prior video is the sort of thing that would kill a guy's ego. Me, personally, if I saw that happen, I would not know what to do. I'd be seeing red, okay? This sort of naivete needs to be crushed immediately, okay? I'm talking about a complete and utter shutdown until we know what the hell is going on, especially with Travis Hunter here, who again is on track to not only alienate so many of his own fans, lose the respect of so many men that are his peers, like, the Black Uncle, Snoop Dogg, those types. They're like, man, yo, nephew, you got to drop this. But they're all going to lose respect for Travis. He's on track in 5-10 years, whenever she feels like it's a right time to pull out and then take her 50%, again, no prenup in the marriage. When she feels it's time, she's going to walk out. She'll be probably like 29 years old, be on the hook with 2 of his kids, child support for the rest of her life, alimony up the ass, half of his assets. And what did Travis learn in this whole thing? Everybody was warning him. And I'm part of it too. Warning the guy. I'm warning people watching this. Do not ever do even half of the simping this guy does. Don't ever let your girl let you, like, waiting outside of a party. Oh my God. And then for that to leak on the internet, dude. So now there's verifiable evidence she was cheating on him while he was waiting outside. And he still defends her. That is excruciating. It's almost to the point where it's like Munchausen syndrome, or Stockholm syndrome rather. Disgusting. And look at that little the ring. She has a money sign tattoo on her ring finger, I believe. Again, what sort of person has that? And apparently she had a defunct OnlyFans channel or website years ago. And so, I mean, come on. So here it is in 4K, just discussing content, of course, disavow. But then also this. Again, more crystallized evidence. This guy is a scumbag. I mean, this guy should not be anywhere near your fiance. And yet she's over there grappled onto him. Again, this woman is evil incarnate, like actually awful. I bet there's a lot of people in prison right now that have better character than this chick. I promise you. Now look at this. These guys are parading her videos from Snapchat a few years ago when she should have already been in contact with Travis Hunter. Again, all this like in another guy's bed, making another guy food. Just disgusting stuff, dude. I mean, this girl's a bigger oh man, I can't even say it. She's a bigger whore than Kamala Harris, easily. At least Kamala wasn't on video doing her misdeeds, man. Just deplorable content. Oh god. So in summary, in this new revamp, you could call it a 3 or 4 wifey, the verdict is obvious. The girl's a hoe. She's a 3 or 4. She's awful. She needs to be living with the homeless in some underpass and do some volunteer work to atone for her sins against Travis Hunter. And Travis Hunter is a joke of a person, honestly. You'd feel bad for him, but clearly when people are warning you and you still don't heed the warnings, at that point it's you. You know, once you get fooled, you can't get fooled again, but he's fallen over and over for this chick's charm, and it's disgusting. So, I mean, the moral of the story is to not do what the hell this guy's doing, okay? So, Travis Hunter, it's time for him to suffer. And honestly, I hope that the Arizona Cardinals do not draft him this spring. Anyways, I'll see y'all in the next one. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you want more content like this. Comment down below if you have any suggestions or any sort of review as to what I did in this video, and I'll read them all soon. I'll see y'all in the next one. Adios.